Yeah, DOCSIS 3.1 was a big challenge, but I honestly think it was a wonderful investment that the entire cable industry came together to create. We were there in the very beginning. I think you may or may not recall this, but there was a white paper that came out from 4 vendors that proposed to do OFDM and LDPC on the DOCSIS plant. And once that was presented, operators got very interested and started to have, just as with CCAP, started to have meetings outside of cable labs, and then the meetings moved into cable labs and ultimately created that spec. The spec is a good spec. We were one of the first companies to have operational systems. We focused on converting our DOCSIS 3.0 downstream circuit boards to support DOCSIS 3.1 functionality. And that's something that we've gotten pretty good at. I think it's something that ARRIS engineers are excellent at, and that is finding ways to get a lot of lifespan from the products that we sell, and finding ways to give investment protections, such that if an MSO buys a card from ARRIS, they have good confidence that we're going to make that card live a long life by adding new features in it. We tend to use FPGAs and processors a lot, which gives us the flexibility to upgrade those cards when new features are designed and defined. So we were able to take a 3.0 card that had no concept of DOCSIS 3.1 when it was originally designed, and inject DOCSIS 3.1 functionality into it. So a lot of MSOs are using that card now to support their 1 gigabit per second services in a DOCSIS 3.1 environment. They're putting 96 megahertz onto their cable plants, either in the upper portion of the spectrum or in the lower portion of the spectrum. And in some cases, they're placing that 96 megahertz even in the roll-off area beyond the edge of their normal spectrum. So if they had a 750 megahertz plant, they might be putting that 96 megahertz between 750 and 850 megahertz. So lots of interesting ways MSOs are using the DOCSIS downstream capabilities. The upstream capabilities are on their way, will be arriving shortly. The cards are already available, the hardware is already being deployed, and the upstream capabilities are just hop, skipping, and jumping away from us to be deployed in the field. That'll give MSOs the same kind of bandwidth increases in the upstream. A lot of MSOs are excited about offering gigabit per second services, and they'll move on to 2 gigabit per second services probably in the next few years. In the upstream, they're wanting to support upstream bandwidths in the several hundred megabits per second to begin with, and in time they'll start to push those bandwidths even higher. One of the nice features of DOCSIS 3.1 is that it's so powerful it can be used in many future areas. For example, it's a key component of the full duplex DOCSIS systems that are currently being proposed and worked on in the cable labs committees. The functionality and the basic PHY that's going to be used for full duplex DOCSIS is DOCSIS 3.1. It basically uses the OFDM and LDPC capabilities for forward error correction and for getting the high efficiencies, bandwidth efficiencies on the coax. So I think we created a wonderful tool. It gets us very close to the Shannon limit, getting the maximum number of bits per second per hertz that are feasibly possible. And it gave us a great boost over the 256 QAM levels that we were using before that. So very excited by it, excited by its future, and excited by what we're going to be able to do with it moving forward in time. So we're very, very much supportive of 3.1, and we'll continue to work on it going forward.